Next video, we're going to be watching the backlash over the last Shoe0nHead video I watched, which is about the male loneliness epidemic. So we're going to find out how a lot of women reacted to her video talking about how men are lonely at record rates. So let's jump into this. 1, 2, 3. Boom.
If you guys are unaware, my last video was the one I've been working on for a while called the male loneliness epidemic. If you haven't watched that video, please go watch it first before you watch this one, so this all makes a lot more sense, and then come back to this one. Link in the description. Now, although there was a lot of support for this video, there was also a lot of hate. A lot of hate. In fact, the most hate that I've probably ever received on a video ever. And if you're familiar with the content I make on this channel, that should be shocking. From angry femcells calling me ugly to angry incels saying I'm a grifter who only wants to make money or something. Ridiculous. So before we get into those extremely untrue criticisms, let's get into today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Ridge Wallet. Ridge wallets are high-quality, minimalist wallets that can hold up to 12 cards, plus extra room for all that cash you don't have. They're made with RFID blocking technology, which protects you from digital pickpockets, ensuring that you have the perfect blend of style and security. Their products come in over 30 different colors and styles, including carbon fiber, gunmetal, and matte olive. I'm still on my Barbie arc, so my personal favorite is the flamingo pink. They also offer matching key cases that are sleek, durable, and keep your keys from jingling. So you can instead get your jingling key entertainment from Shoe0nHead videos, of course. Ridge has over 50,000 5-star reviews, and they're so confident that you'll love their product that you can try them out for 99 days, and if you don't like them, you can return them for a complete refund. They're also currently running a giveaway. You can enter to win a new Ford Bronco or $75,000. Wait, what? I'm gonna enter this. So head over to ridge.com/shoe or click the link down below and enter code SHOE at checkout to get 10% off your purchase, as well as 10 bonus entries to the giveaway. Big thanks to Ridge for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. You didn't skip the ad, right? I can always really count on you for not skipping the ad.
I'm a good boy,
right?
Shoe.
Now let's get back to the video.
I don't skip ads.
Men are lacking purpose, and a man will crawl through broken glass for a purpose.
And there's a lot of truth to what she's saying there and in the whole video, which is worth watching. That video has 1.5 million views in just the last week.
Thanks, Matt Walsh. You're my greatest ally. My male loneliness video was the fastest growing video on my channel to date. And there is a reason for that. It resonated with a lot of people. I got hundreds and hundreds of comments every single day.
Say you always skip ads. I don't skip in-video ads. Now when it comes to like the pre-rolls and stuff, yeah, I will skip it. But when somebody's like has a paid promotion and they're promoting it themselves, then yeah, I'll watch it. Give them the watch time. Be nice about it, you know.
Day by men venting in my comments section, feeling like for once they were being heard and that they were in a place where they could talk. It was simultaneously the most heartwarming and heartbreaking thing I've ever seen. And this discussion blew up so much that it eventually reached TikTok.
Oh, no.
So apparently there's a male loneliness epidemic right now.
Aww. Is this the consequences of your own actions?
Men get recognized for the useless things that they are in society. And what do men do?
Oh my god, I'm lonely!
Yeah. There are a lot of miserable people out there who put people down as much as they can. I understand you might have had a man wrong you before in your life, but that doesn't mean all men are the same thing. Jesus. I must devolve. What's up, Sniper? Welcome in. How's it going? Unga boonga. Hey. I mean, would being hunter and gatherers be so bad at this point in life, you know? That's what we go back to eventually when society crashes. Toxic femininity at its finest. Yeah. Exactly. Unga Boonga makes taxes. Nah, you don't pay taxes in the Unga Boonga days. You just find food and eat, and dance by the fire. That's about it.
Is there a male loneliness epidemic right now, or are more and more women just progressively realizing that there's a lot better things to do in life than be stuck with a toxic, insecure man?
That's assuming all men are toxic and insecure. Guys. If all the men you've ever met in your life are toxic and insecure, I don't think men are the problem. I think you just suck at choosing. Like, what, like, gee, I hate generalizing people in general, dude.
I don't think we're in the middle of a male loneliness epidemic. We're in the middle of a mass female awakening.
You're just reaping the consequences of your terrible upbringing, your own actions.
Some men are lonely because y'all are fucking creeps.
They all deserve to be lonely. Every single one of them. This is their fault. Fuck them.
Men's lonely.
You guys want to know why I don't approach women? Because I don't want that. I don't want to meet one like this. I don't want to meet one like this. Like, it seems like if you tried to approach a woman like that, they would like tell you to fuck off. Like, straight up. I'm good on that.
Loneliness epidemic that's going on. That sounds like it really sucks. Just wondering if they've considered smiling more.
Wow, that's a really funny joke. I've
Yeah.
never heard that before.
Me neither.
Have the men just tried smiling a little bit more?
You know, I'd recommend smiling more.
Have they tried smiling more?
Have you thought about smiling more?
Maybe they should smile more.
Maybe they should try to smile more.
Have they tried smiling more?
That's awful. Have they tried smiling?
Is this why people think women aren't funny?
Yeah, pretty
Bleak.
much.
Now, TikTok isn't the only place where this insanity.
Alright, I'm sorry, guys. Let me go back. I'll go back to this side. I started on the wrong side.
Happened. The thumbnail of my video went viral on Twitter, which led to some of the most funniest and unhinged reactions. So we are going to go through some of these and talk about them, as well as some of the angry comments I got from the manosphere. Let's jump into it. Male loneliness is not real and not valid. Men are lonely because they are terrible people. Why the f should anyone have empathy for men? Men were born bad. Men are subhuman, and their loneliness can't be cured because they can't relate to actual human beings. Most men are born useless, and are meant to die alone. Nah, male suicide rate needs to be higher, actually. These men are 100% the most misogynistic demons on the planet and deserve every bit of loneliness they feel. LOL.
I say this a lot, but I'll say it again in this video. Put the shoe on the other foot and see how the fuck you feel about it. How would you feel if a guy came on Twitter and said all women are hoes and cheaters and they deserve to be alone and they're all money grubbing, they're all gold diggers, they don't care about men? Well, I mean, this is kind of proving that point, but you know what I mean? Like, there would be outrage. There is outrage, because when people do say that on Twitter, they get fucking shit on. Hey, thanks for the follow. I don't know how to pronounce your name, dude. I'm sorry. I want to say Kors Radar. People butcher my name too. I'm sorry. Quick Clippity said a bad thing about women. I kind of would assume that was a joke, even if you didn't tell me. But yes, clip me out of context if you want to. That's actually a good idea for the most part. That way people can come and watch the full context.
Well, you don't understand the pleasure it gives me to see these men crying and depressed. Imagine losing in the world that is literally built for you. This is an insane question to ask, considering how society continues to fail women and girls at every turn. Crazy how men's well-being is considered a communal responsibility, but women's well-being isn't even considered.
Yeah, it's not like there's a whole fucking movement about women's rights. I guess they must have missed that era of humanity. You know, the whole feminism arc. What are we on? Third, fourth wave of feminism now? Like, do you pay attention to the world, guys? Oh my god, dude. Well, this is starting out great.
Oh, how delightful. A tweet from Earth 2.
Yeah!
I'm so tired of the idea that we must have infinite empathy for men's loneliness while women are sexualized from fucking birth. We are assaulted, harassed, raped, and killed for something we didn't choose to be. But boo-hoo, the poor men and their inability to make friends.
Not all men sexualize every fucking woman they see. Hot take, I know. That's not how the world works. There are a lot of dudes out there that do that, and you know what happens to them? They're considered fucking creeps. So yeah. Like, we can focus on two things at once, guys. We can realize that women do have issues that they deal with, and men have new issues that we didn't have to deal with in the past, but we're dealing with now, which is a lot of loneliness, a lot of getting milked for our money from women who sell their bodies online. A lot, yeah, lonely men are very, very taken advantage of, especially when it comes to that. As a biological woman, person believe that a lot of feminism is no longer about equality for men, but superiority over men for women. Thank you for saying that, Sky, because if I would have said that, I would have got fucking cauterized on the internet. But a good question to ask, I've seen this in a short before, a good question to ask for people who are like modern day feminists: what rights do men have that women don't? And they usually can't think of any. But yeah, I agree. Like, I agree with the base of feminism. Like, you know, back in the day where fighting for equal working rights, equal pay, fighting for the right to vote, all of that stuff is good. But modern day is like, they're just trying to shit on men. And that's basically it. Like, it's not about uplifting women anymore. It's about shitting on men. And that's where they kind of lost the plot. I don't know any of my rights. You might want to look into that, Sky. It's important to know what rights you have in the country you live in. That way, the police can't do fucked up shit to you, you know? You'll actually know where you stand in the court of law.
You know, we can talk about multiple things at the same time, right? Also,
Yeah,
it's deranged to say that society doesn't care about women's sexual assault. We have domestic violence shelters that we can go to. Men don't.
Yep,
Men being
that's true,
assaulted
too.
by women, men being raped, is all played off as a joke.
That too. Oh my god. Oh my god. So many dudes come out and say that they were taken advantage of by women. And it's always the same. It's like, no, you enjoyed it. You let it happen. That wasn't that. You enjoyed it. Like, no, they did not. They were probably scared and froze up and let it happen. Plus, if they were to fight back and try to push the woman off of them or fight back in any way, the woman could file a police report saying that they were assaulting them. And most of the time, police believe women over men. I won't say that's the case all the time, but a lot of the time, that's how it goes. Yeah, Terry Crews too. He was assaulted by a man. And people were just like, oh, he's big and strong. How'd he let that happen? Because the guy who assaulted him was a rich Hollywood producer. And if he would have done anything, they wouldn't have noticed. They wouldn't have said rich Hollywood producer assaults Terry Crews, so Terry Crews whooped his ass. It'll just be Terry Crews whoops old man's ass. That would be the headline. So, yeah. You gotta kind of think about how you react to certain situations, because it could make the situation a lot worse. That's why when stuff like that happens, a lot of people just let it happen instead of fighting back. Same thing with women, because a lot of women who try to fight back when that happens, the guy gets angry and he ends up doing worse stuff. I'm trying not to break YouTube TOS, but you guys know what I mean.
When a little boy is molested by an older woman, it's seen as cool and hot. Society is
Yeah, the South Park has a beautiful episode about that. They talk about the kindergarten teacher molesting Ike, which he's like 5. And the police officers, when the police officers find out about it, you know what their reaction is? Nice. Nice. Because that's how people react in real life. That's why I love South Park. It's like the perfect satire, like over the top satire based on real life.
Up all around. It's not a competition. It is not a zero-sum game.
Yeah, it's like the Victim Olympics almost.
My video can exist alongside your advocacy for women's rights.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier too.
Dumb fucking shit. I will stay out of your way.
I don't give a fuck about male loneliness. Like, bro, if you can't meet a girl, just dial up the queer homie and hook up like a normal person. God.
Did she say dial up the queer homie and hook up? Yeah, because you can choose to be gay, right? These people... I'll hold myself back. I'm sorry. You know what word I'm thinking about, though. These people are dumb. Stupid. Like, you literally just said being gay is a choice. Literally. Like, whose side are you on, man?
God. If men are lonely on an epidemic scale, why don't they just cuddle and make out with each other?
Again! The same thing! Because you can't choose who you're attracted to, guys. You can't force yourself to be straight if you're gay, and you can't force yourself to be gay if you're straight. It doesn't work that way. You kind of figure out what you like as you're growing up, based on your bodily response.
Why don't they just befriend and date each other? Problem solved.
I love this advice. Just be gay.
Yeah!
Simply become gay. Are you a lonely man? Are you a fucking loser? Consider sucking dick.
Tell me why I, as a queer woman, should take time out of my day to care about men and their issues. Quickly.
I'm not disabled. Why should I care about disabled people?
Yeah, that's dumb too. That's like me saying, why should I care about LGBT stuff if I'm a straight white guy? Like, no. I care about that stuff because I don't think people should get discriminated against based on who they choose to have sex with. Or what they choose to identify as. Same thing. Like, dude, let people fucking live. That's it. It's not that hard of a concept.
Why talk about unions or workers' rights when I'm self-employed? If I only cared about causes that only affected me, I wouldn't even have a YouTube channel. I mean, yes, you don't
That's true.
have to care about everything. But it doesn't affect me, so why should I care is just a terrible reason not to care.
There's no such thing as misandry, just women who have had bad experiences with men and have woken up.
Wrong. As an incredibly queer person, these women suck. Yeah, dude, they really do. Like, they're worse than the women I've dealt with. And I got cheated on. They're worse than that. These women must be miserable. Like, I feel kind of bad for them. Like, having mindset like this cannot be healthy for you in any aspect. But yeah, there are misandrists out there. I will say that. There are people out there that absolutely hate men.
There's no such thing as racism. Just white people who have had bad experiences with black people.
I didn't even think about that reference.
That's you.
That's a good metaphor. Yeah, that's literally what she's saying. I had a bad experience with this group, so everybody in that group is bad. Like, it doesn't work that way, guys. You just have experiences with bad people in general. It's not based on race or gender or anything, sexual orientation, anything. Like, it's based on that one human that you interacted with. Shoe, you cooking right now.
That's what you sound like.
Can't stand this sort of pathetic pity party. We live in a time of abject plenty compared to any other time in history.
Yeah, stop being depressed. You have a bunch of cheap plastic shit from China.
I hate that too, because the materialistic, the way the world is with materialism now actually makes people more depressed. Because it's like sensory overload sometimes. Like, Having access to the internet in your pocket has fucked up a lot of people's brains. Probably including my own, because I'm chronically online. But yeah, it has ruined a lot of people's attention spans, a lot of people's dopamine triggers, because you're getting it from a little magic square box now, or a rectangle box, you know what I mean. Chronically relying on internet as don't have the space for actual books for escapism. Yeah, me too. Like, if I didn't have the internet, I would have no entertainment. Because all I do is watch YouTube, basically. Like, that's my entertainment. YouTube and Twitch streams. That's basically all I do with my free time.
Line goes up, world more gooder. Male loneliness epidemic, and it's just them not being able to get laid. Like, we really don't give a fuck. I love.
That's not the issue. The issue is part of the issue that men aren't getting laid as much. The issue is the companionship. That aspect. Like, yeah, getting laid is a small part of that, but having a companion and a partner in general is the issue. It's hard for men to find somebody, especially these days. It's hard for me to find somebody because I'm not putting up with shit anymore. So, like, if I'm talking to a girl and it turns out she's like, it's like, oh, I'm talking to like 3 other guys other than you to decide who I really want to be with. It's like, all right, well, go ahead and count me out because I don't want to be with a person who has a mindset like that. And a lot of women these days kind of do that. Well, I don't like generalizing, but I'll say a good portion of women do that based on dating apps and everything I've seen.
I love how this is always the go-to when it comes to this conversation. Oh no, the men aren't getting laid. But if you like actually talk to some of these guys, like even if you talk to some of these incels, the ones who like don't hate women, they're gonna tell you that it's not really about sex. It's about companionship. It's about friendship. It's about having a girlfriend, a wife, a family. And a lot of these people were like,
I know this because I'm pretty sure I told you guys this already. I basically used to be an incel. Not the women hating part. Like, I didn't like hate all women or anything. But I was involuntary celibate by very definition because I sucked at talking to girls. Still do kind of, but I mean, I have had girlfriends, so I kind of got over that hump. So I kind of relate to what a lot of those guys feel, and I can kind of see where they're coming from. Besides, you know, the hating all women stuff, but I can understand where that rage comes from because I used to deal with that. I just didn't take it out on all women. I kind of just dealt with it my own way.
like, well, you know, that's why we should just legalize sex work. And honestly, I don't think that's a solution. Maybe it's like a temporary one, but it's kind of like putting a band-aid on a broken leg.
I do think, I don't know if this is going to be a hot take or not, but I do think sex work should be legalized because it'd be a lot safer for the women who do choose to do sex work. And it would be a lot safer for the men to legally have a place to go do it without worrying about having to be low-key and getting locked up and all that for soliciting prostitution. I know brothels are a thing in some places. That probably will be a temporary solution for people who just need to get their rocks off, but it won't solve the loneliness problem and the companionship problem. But it will solve the problem of women having to do shady shit in order to do sex work. You know what I mean?
I don't think paying for meaningless sex with a stranger is going to solve the problem. In fact, it might make it worse over time.
Instead of male loneliness epidemic, call it a cis male unfuckability crisis.
That's not helping the situation when you call men unfuckable. That makes them feel worse. That makes them rage out harder and give them more of a reason to not like women. What are you doing? You don't fight hate with hate. You fight hate with love to make them change their mind. I say that, but I'm kind of hypocritical on that too, because I do be hating sometimes. I go Kendrick mode sometimes, but it's mainly for content. It's not like I'm seething off a stream, letting it affect my daily life. I just kind of do it for the content because it's entertaining. But yeah, Don't be mean to incels, guys, even if they're mean to you. Same with femcels. If women are coming out and saying they hate all men, like, I get it. It makes you mad because you get affected because you feel a certain way. Just say, I pray for you, and move on. That's all I can say.
It's just like what I said in the video. They have to add cis now because they don't want to insult trans men. Men suck! I hate them! Oh, not you!
That's another thing. They're dancing around the topic because what about trans men? It's like, oh, not them. It's like, oh, you're excluding trans men? Why? Huh? Why would you exclude them from the man conversation? Huh? That's kind of fucked up.
You're not a man. Yikes!
Yeah,
bruh, when they stop killing women, I'll stop generalizing them. Maybe.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What did she just say?
You're not a man. Yikes!
Bruh, when they stop killing women, I'll stop generalizing them.
Raise your hand if you're a man in chat and you've never killed a woman before. I would raise my hand, but my model doesn't do that. I'm gonna guess everybody here has never committed murder. I'm just gonna go off on a limb and say that. Again, this isn't a gender thing, guys. This is a human thing. There's gonna be bad humans out there. That's part of life. That's part of the world. Not everything is gonna be good. Because some people suck. That's just part of life, man. My dad and brother have it. Yeah, about 98% of men on Earth haven't killed anyone. Shocker, I know. Like, dude, don't blame a whole generalized group of people for a small portion of the shitty people in that group. It happens all the time. Race, religion, gender, fucking anything. Like, it's the same thing. Did you date OJ? Oh god, dude. I hope not.
Maybe I'll start worrying about their loneliness when they stop unaliving and raping children and women.
Again. It's a very small percentage of men that do that. Yeah, women do it too. Let's just ignore that, though. Like, it's a small percentage of humans, man.
Yeah, lonely guys, stop raping children, and maybe you won't be so
Noted.
lonely.
What's all this hubbub about male loneliness? Y'all are acting like you're oppressed when I've opened myself up to friendships and relationships with you just to get told I have sucking eyes.
That's the guys you picked to be friends with who told you that. So there's a pattern somewhere. I don't know about y'all, but none of my friends has ever disrespected a woman in front of her face like that. Never. Probably because I surround myself with people with similar mindsets to me that aren't assholes for no reason. Jesus. It's like, oh, one woman did bad thing to me, so now all women bad. It's like, no, that's not the mindset to have, guys. I know I keep going in a cycle talking about the same stuff over and over again, but it's like, it blows my mind, man. Not all men's fault that you have bad judgment in friends. Exactly. That's what it is. It's bad judgment. That's like when you see the women complain about how every man they've ever been with has treated them badly, and they always go after the quote-unquote fuckboys. Maybe don't go after the quote-unquote fuckboys.
That is hyper-specific.
It was
Not
hyper-specific.
everyone is your ex-boyfriend. All of men's problems are created by themselves. How is it women's responsibility to fix them? Seriously, why is it always women's job to fix everything?
Why do you
chance
think
to
it
blame
is?
Other women she seems to always take. LMAO, you are the problem. It's you carrying water for the patriarchy and blaming women for men feeling lonely and radicalized. I find it repulsive anytime I see a woman like her do shit like this. It makes me actively turn violently against things that even I would originally think are nuanced topics. And also, yes, men are lonely. No, it's not up to women to fix that. Fuck off, Nazi bitch.
That's another thing I see a lot. A lot of people call her a Nazi. And she's a leftist. She actually is literally a socialist. Like, she is for universal health care, universal basic income, stuff like that. And they call her a fucking Nazi. It's like, they don't even know what that means. They have no clue what it means. They just throw the word around, like the word incel. Dude, know what you're calling somebody if you decide to insult them. Like, Jesus, man.
Things I blamed in the video. Technology, social media, dating apps and the commodification of love. The media, low wages, the housing crisis, social alienation, lack of community, the left not speaking to men, the feeling of having no purpose. Things I didn't blame. Women!
Shocker! Why do women feel... I won't say women. Why do these women in this video feel like it was about them? It's not. It's about men being lonely in this age and why they might be feeling these things. And she said nothing about women having to step up or fix the problem or anything like that. Because it's not women's fault. It's just how society kind of is right now.
Now, this might come as a shock to you, but not everything has to do with women. Sometimes we can talk about other things. Sometimes those other things are not women. My video was about society as a whole, and yes, that includes women. I never said it was women's responsibility. I think I mentioned women like once, and it was to say that women are also lonely, but that the media and society treats women's loneliness much differently than it treats men's loneliness.
That is true.
And yet, thousands of tweets and comments about how I was apparently blaming women and how it's not women's fault. It's to the point where I'm like, is this projection? Do you think it is your fault? But again, my video was not about you. My video was about men. And if you want to listen to a video about women and women's problems, like I said in the original video, tune into literally anything else. Go to any college campus, turn on any TV show, watch a CIA ad.
She's so embarrassing, made an entire career out of being a pick-me. You didn't watch the video. And I'm not going to.
How are you going to have an opinion on a video that you didn't watch? So you're mad based on assumptions now, basically. Oh. Jesus, dude. I hate this content I have never seen or looked into it. Exactly. It's like you're just mad for no reason. It's like you're just mad for absolutely no reason. Oh, man.
Well, I didn't watch the video because I'd rather shoot myself than sit through a shoe video. Can
watch
someone take
it!
One for the team and watch this vid to get an answer?
Just watch the video. It's not even that long. Like, you don't have 30 minutes out of your day to watch a YouTube video, dude? Like, you watch a fucking 5-hour documentary about something that doesn't even matter, though, right? You got time for that. But not a 30-minute Shoe0nHead video?
Sorry, but it was a 20-minute long video. I have ADHD, and I know some of y'all do too.
Yep.
But I know you motherfuckers are watching 5-hour YouTube documentaries about shit like iCarly. I know you could take time.
Why'd she say exactly what? Oh, man. Pre-watch allegations for real. Yeah, you'll watch a 5-hour documentary on iCarly, but you can't watch a 20-minute Shoe0nHead video. I have slight ADHD too, or ADD, one of them. I've never been diagnosed, but my attention span is in the gutter. And even I could focus on a video for 30 minutes to an hour.
That of your busy schedule from being the most miserable people on earth and watch a 20-minute long video. Here, does this help? Are you paying attention now?
She doesn't need to say it's women's fault.
The
for
Subway
us to know
Surfers.
Exactly what she means.
This is like bordering on schizophrenia. Yeah, she didn't say it, but we all know she did. This is why I advocate for mental health care to be free. We need to get these some therapy.
Yeah.
Male loneliness this,
I'll
male
take some
loneliness
too.
that. Do you know how isolating it feels to almost never be able to develop genuine friendships with men because they see you as nothing more than an object for sexual conquest?
What kind of men are you trying to befriend? This mindset is the same as the red pill bullshit that believes men and women can't be friends. Like, they genuinely believe that women have nothing to offer in friendship besides their body. Which is fucked. Because I have friends that are women. And I'm not trying to fuck any of them. You have some respect, man. Dude, I have VTuber friends. Like, well, Sky, Magikai, Ray, Lauren. I'm not trying to have sex with any of them. They're just my friends. Like, it's not that hard of a concept. I promise. I don't like that mindset, dude. I don't like the mindset that you can't be friends with a woman because you can't gain anything from it. Like, it's so dumb. You gain the same thing from your women friends as you do from your men friends. It's the same thing. Literally. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Go ahead and get back into it.
I'm gonna tell you something not many people probably have told you in your life. It's not about you.
Shoo. Oh man. She got the zingers for real. My friend group was much more male when I was in school and stuff. Very much valued my friendships with them. None of them were nasty to me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't have many friends growing up in school. So I didn't really have any, women friends. But the women I interacted with, like as acquaintances, I was never a creep or anything. Like, I'd never expected anything. It's so dumb. I don't get it. I don't get why people have to think that way. I get along better with men typically. Most of what I met are far too drama focused. Not all, but most. Yeah, it's a general thing too. Like, a lot of the times women are, they do kind of be into drama, and men are more chill for the most part. Like, there are exceptions. There are exceptions, obviously, but especially in high school, most of the dudes are just having fun and chilling. And a lot of the women are caught up in drama. And like, ooh, did you hear about what happened to her? It's like, oh my God. Do you see what Stacy's wearing today? I can't believe she'd actually wear that. Like, you know what I mean? And then you hang out with dudes in high school, and it's like, hey, dude, you want to see me do a backflip? Like, hell yeah, brother. And then he hits a backflip, and you're like, yeah. That's what it's like hanging out with dudes in high school. Not Stacy. Yeah, dude. Can't believe that bitch would wear that. I noticed that a lot when I was in school, though. Like, it was, some women are cutthroat, as we saw with the VTuber drama. Everybody involved in that was women, besides Cinder's boyfriend. So, one of my friends and I used to chuck apple cores at the wall and see who can get it higher. That's what I mean. It's just dumb fun. You're not worried about anything else besides what kind of shenanigans can we get into today. That's how it was when I was in school with my friends. I'll stop talking about men and women friendships because I'll just keep going on the tangent.
I get that the friend zone is a very frustrating thing to deal with. Trust me, I know. Nothing worse than enjoying being friends with a guy, but not having a romantic attraction and having to cut him off because you don't want to lead him on or hurt him. It sucks being girlfriend zoned. But coming into this conversation, basically like, woe is me, so many people want to fuck me, is a little insane. Like,
yeah, that is kind of a weird mindset to have. Like, especially if you've only dealt with like a few men friends and you're just like, I can't be friends with men because they all want to have sex with me. It's like, have you talked to all the men that supposedly want to do that?
Like, maybe if this discourse was about the friend zone, this would make sense. But this is like barging into a conversation full of starving people and being like, I ate too much chicken tendies, you guys, my tummy hurts. Like, get out of here.
Women got sick of men creating a society where women were second-class citizens, so now men are facing loneliness.
Yeah, this is payback to you for not letting women vote decades ago.
I'm sorry, guys. Me personally, I'm the one who didn't allow women to vote. I told everybody to pay women less. I told everybody back in the day that women should stay home and have kids. I'm sorry, guys. I take it back. Even though all that happened before I was even a sperm cell in my dad's balls, but yeah, it's my fault for being a man. Oh, man. I'm sorry for voting against women's suffrage. I thought I was ending the suffering of women. I mean, that's what it kind of sounds like. Please don't blame the new generation for shit our ancestors did. We ain't got no control over that. If we did, we would go back and change it, but that's kind of not how life works, you know?
You personally.
Men failed themselves. They built a whole system for their benefit, and in the moment it starts to crumble because the oppressed class they've always subjected, women, is waking up. They start to put the blame on us. Cowards and dangerous misogynists.
So first of all, nobody's putting the blame on you. Nobody did that. Yep. I didn't do that. You made that up in your heads.
Exactly.
And second of all, this system wasn't created for the average man. It was created for the rich and powerful.
Thank you, Shoe. Oh my god, thank you so much. The system is not made for men. It's made for rich people and powerful people. Because they basically control everything, guys. Y'all know how I feel about that, though. Just so happens that the majority of those rich people were men. Yeah, coincidentally. I know. Shocker.
It benefits the rich and powerful.
They have their boots on our necks, and the handmaidens are like, oh no, they look kind of sad.
I'm sorry, who has their boot on your neck?
I guess I do, since I'm a guy.
All men? You know who has their boot on your neck? These satanic pedophiles in charge of our government. These
Cook, Shoe, cook! Yes! Oh my god, she actually said it, dude. She actually said it. I can't believe she said it. The satanic pedos that control shit. That's who runs shit. I know, conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat chi. Maybe I need a tinfoil hat toggle for when I go on conspiracy rants. But yes, I believe it too. You know why? Because a lot of kids end up missing every year. A lot. Around national parks too. Where do they go? Where do they go? Child trafficking is one of the biggest industries in the world. And it's all black market. Who's buying the stuff? Huh? You gotta be rich to buy the stuff. So it's rich people. And rich people have control. Put 2 and 2 together. That's what I'm saying, man. Shoe, you're on my wavelength. Yeah, exactly. And the biggest one over there, I think, was the Jimmy Savile stuff, or Jimmy Savile. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm pretty sure you know who Jimmy Savile is, because I'm American and I know who he is. So, and he did what he did was horrible, like the worst, like unspeakable acts to mankind. And he was loved in the public eye until it all came out. Like, it happens, guys. It's not all conspiracy theories. Like, it's literally proven to have happened. It's just whether it comes out or not. Like the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. Prince Andrew. All of it. it interests me so much to deep dive into conspiracy stuff like that, guys. I just try not to do it because I don't want to seem like a lunatic. Because I don't fully believe in everything. It's just I keep my mind open on a lot of stuff because it could happen, you know? There was even a children's ward in a hospital named after him, had a memorial dedicated to him. Yes! And he would visit the children's hospital regularly. He was on a music video made for charity for children. Dude, what the fuck? You know some people knew about it. They had to. He didn't just sneak past everybody with it. And I think if you know about that stuff going down, you should be punished too. Like, for not speaking out. You should be punished. Because you knew about it and didn't do anything. That's fucked up. At the end of the day, I hope all the truth that all the powerful and rich people are doing, all the fucked up shit they do behind the scenes, I hope it comes to light and these people pay for their crimes. But I know how the world works. I know what happened to Epstein. It sucks, man. It sucks. Alright, let's jump back into the video.
These soulless demonic corporations that would throw your mother into a wood chipper if it made them make an extra penny. That's
True.
Who has the boot on your neck. Not Joe Schmo working 2 jobs so he doesn't get evicted.
Here's some male loneliness discourse for you. Do you ever at all, even for a second, consider the problem is you?
I don't know. Let's take a look at the male suicide rate and see if they ever thought that the problem was them. And then get back to me.
That maybe, just maybe, the reason you're lonely is that you
I have a feeling
are an
Shoe's gonna say the
awful
same
human
shit.
being, truly just awful, and that it's right that you are lonely. It's fair.
I mean, yeah, they probably do consider that. The suicide rate doesn't lie.
Maybe if some men weren't
exactly.
bigots. The solution to male loneliness is literally just being a better person.
No, it's not. That's terrible advice. That's terrible advice, man. Everybody knows that you should be a good person. Like, no shit. It's common sense. It's like, oh, you're lonely? Just be a better person. It's like, no, that's not gonna solve the issue of not having friends or a girlfriend. Like,
I love that the implication here is that lonely people are bad people.
Yeah, they're not.
Every lonely man is just a bigot and a racist and an Andrew Tate fan. I guess it makes it easier for them to like not care about this if they paint these people as the enemy. If you dehumanize the enemy, it makes it easier to sleep at night, I suppose. Now, I started noticing a reoccurring pattern with a lot of these accounts. A lot of these accounts getting mad about or like dismissing the male loneliness discourse. Many of them have OnlyFans. This is relevant because like out of everyone on earth, why would those people be so mad about someone wanting to solve or at least bring attention to the male loneliness epidemic?
she got a point though. Because if male loneliness gets solved, there will be nobody to buy the OnlyFans. Well, besides like cheating ass married dudes. I know that happens, but a lot of people only buy that because they're lonely. And that's like the only time they get to talk to a woman.
This is like a crack dealer getting mad at people talking about crack addiction. This is your opinion. And this is where it belongs. Have a good day. I could say,
dude, I'm surprised that hasn't been memed so hard. That clip right there could be used as a reaction image on a reaction video on Twitter. Hey, there's an idea for you guys.
say that, okay? I'm a YouTuber. That's far more degrading than being an OnlyFans model.
Her face looks like she's pandering to pedophiles. That makeup style.
What? Her face panders to pedos? Oh yeah, because kids wear fucking makeup and eyeshadow, right? Kids dress like fucking 2010 scene girls, right? Dude, that's so dumb.
Style is so catered to pedos. They're actively trying to make themselves look like kids.
How?
Ah, yes. Children.
How does she... Sorry for the frame, Shoe. I did not mean to make you look like that. But how does she look like a kid? She doesn't. She looks like, and sorry, Shoe, you've said this about yourself, so I'm comfortable saying it. She looks like a 2010s emo scene MySpace girl. Like, that's how, she does that on purpose, though. Like, she does her eye makeup like that and everything on purpose. Yeah, grasping at straws for real, dude. Like, what are you guys even talking about?
Notorious for wearing big fake eyelashes
Yeah!
and 10 pounds of eyeliner. What? Can't stand this bitch and her side part.
Oh,
Bitches with
God.
this makeup style piss me the fuck off. They always wear that type of makeup. Looking at her makeup.
What's wrong with eye makeup? I don't know about you guys, but I actually like, I know some dudes don't like makeup, and I like the natural look sometimes, but when I'm with a girl and she does do her makeup, I like the eyeshadow and the eyeliner. I think it looks hot. And most other dudes too. I'm pretty sure it's not just me. Yeah, what's wrong with the side part? I have a side part in my hair too. Like, what the fuck, man? These people are just hating for no reason just because they don't like Shoe0nHead. That's all that is.
Makeup, I already know the type of person she is. You can just tell by her makeup. Not to be rude, but that makeup tells everything I need to know. Her makeup says everything I need to know.
Why does it seem like the most people who hate on other women are other women? I don't think I've seen any dudes hating. It's all women trying to tear her down just because she talked about male loneliness. Like, what the hell, man? Yeah, people always find a reason to hate, even if it's stupid.
This is literal NPC behavior. Not watching the video, blindly spewing the exact same insult.
Exactly.
I have no argument and I must scream. They don't even know why they're mad. They just saw a woman in the thumbnail of a video about men and their brains just broke. Her makeup doesn't look like ours. Her hair is styled differently than ours. Should I be like extra cute in this thumbnail? Would that piss them off?
Like other girls.
Why do we hate her again? Guys, why do we hate this person again?
Can't form my own opinion, help. Why do we hate her?
Why do all incel adjacent women look like this?
Incel adjacent women? What the fuck does that even mean?
When you're a woman talking about men's issues online and they can't outright call you an incel, they just call you incel adjacent, I guess. And when they're not calling you incel adjacent, they're breaking out all reliable
pick me behavior.
Oh, yeah.
Pick me
They
girls
love that
are
word.
so CEO of Pick Me, high priestess of Pick Me Church.
So I am the CEO of Pick Me and the high priestess. Maybe this video will boost me to Pick Me goddess. Watch out, Pearl. I'm coming for your title.
Oh,
Now,
God. She brought up Pearl. No, I haven't heard that name in a while. If you don't know who she's talking about a woman in the red pill manosphere space named Just Pearly Things, who has some terrible takes. She has terrible takes, so. But yeah, the pick me thing is so stupid. You know why? Shoe is married with a kid. She already got picked a while back. So she doesn't have to go out of her way to be a pick-me. She already been picked. That's not how that works, man.
I've already talked about the pick me insult in other videos, but it's just so lazy, man. I'm so tired of it. I've been hearing it for over a decade now. And yes, there are people who absolutely do fit the definition of a pick-me from both genders. Men who talk about how much they hate men, women who talk about how much they hate women. But I don't hate women. My mom is a woman. My sister is a woman. My friends are women. I am a woman. I can't be women-phobic. I have women friends. The insult is just so beyond overused nowadays. Every woman who doesn't toe the current line is a pick-me. It's just a way to socially ostracize other women, to make you fall in line and agree with their opinions. But it's not gonna work here, because I am socially retarded and borderline autistic. So you have no power here. You can't tell me what to believe. You can't change my opinions. You're not my boyfriend. I hope this bitch fails to wait.
That's gonna piss a lot of people off, the "you're not my boyfriend" line. Oh, God, dude.
Wake up in the morning. Her terrorism still hasn't stopped. Oh
How is it terrorism? What?
My god. She's still relevant? She should have went down with her anti-feminism shtick a few years ago. I thought she would have fell off by now.
If you want to know how I didn't fall off, if you want to know how I'm still relevant after 10 years, look in a f***ing mirror. You stop.
That's true though. You guys are the reason she makes content. So, yeah.
Being cringe, I stop being relevant.
Yeah.
Deal?
Fun fact, she reached out to incel accounts for help with this video. No, I'm not kidding.
Well, yeah, it's good to go to the source and talk to the people who have experience with the subject I'm talking about. I'm not lonely and I'm not a man, despite what the mainstream media may say. I do not, in fact, have a penis. Do not put in the paper that I have a penis.
We scour the internet for weird videos to show you, and the other day we came across this, the weirdest we've seen in a while.
The problem is Shoe just affirms them instead of converting them.
Converting them to what? This is exactly the thing I talked about in my video. These people don't want to actually help men. They just want to recruit them into their little political tribe.
Yeah, like, what do you mean convert? Like, what do you mean by that? Explain. Bro, I watched Shoe0nHead back in high school 8 years ago, and it's the same type of people saying the same dumbass things. Yeah, dude, a lot of VTubers have been reacting to our old videos, and they still hold up to this day. At least he's actually doing research from the source, unlike some people. Yeah, like, if you're doing a video on male loneliness, you're gonna ask the lonely men about it. That's, like, it would be like me, like, alright guys, I'm doing a video on music producers in the VTuber space, and I'm gonna ask these live 2D model riggers what they think about music production in the VTuber space. Like, you see how stupid that sounds? It makes no sense. So you gotta get it from the source. That's the most accurate info. Look at all the lonely people. Yeah.
Would it be cool if everyone agreed with me politically? I was gonna say yes, but honestly that would be a little horrifying. That would be a very scary world. My goal wasn't to convert men to agree with me politically. My goal was just to bring attention to this issue and put a spotlight on it. It is cool when people tell me, oh, like, you've changed my mind on this, you've changed my mind on that.
Yeah, if everybody agreed with Shoe politically, everybody would be socialist or communist or which, on paper, it seems nice, but you gotta incorporate human greed and lust for power into that situation. That's why that stuff usually never works, because it always ends up with either one or a small group of people hoarding all the wealth and keeping it from everybody else, instead of distributing it equally, you know? Incel women exist too. Women act like that doesn't exist. Yeah, a lot of people don't believe that exists too. Like, but no, there are women who have trouble finding men that like them. Like, it happens. Yeah, femcels, basically. That word gets tossed around a lot too, though.
I love that. I love to see that. I was unaware that was my job. My job is to get on YouTube and say poo poo pee pee, and everyone go ha 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 and give me money. But in this case, it was for me to go, hey, the men are not okay, and for people to go, damn, that sucks, and give me money.
I was waiting on it. Video now. Explain to me how she's still a leftist.
I personally think it's a good thing when people agree on good things. There should be more people agreeing on good things, quite frankly. I feel like a lot of good things would be done in this country if more people agreed on good things. And I don't know, I think it's pretty neat that this might be the first and last time a video that talks about alienation under capitalism and says the term material conditions will be shown to a massive right-wing audience like
That's true.
But hey, don't worry your little heart. This will never happen to a left-wing YouTuber you watch. The internet feminists weren't the only ones booty blasted about my video. I also rustled the jimmies of some in the manosphere.
Oh,
you just want more OnlyFans subscribers. You don't care about male loneliness.
Shoe does not have an OnlyFans, guy. Why do people always do this? Like, even some of the VTubers I watch that talk about male issues, They get the same accusations. They get the same exact accusations. Like Smugalana, Kitsunero, they both get the same allegations. It's like, oh, you just want your simps to watch you and give you money. It's like, no, that's not the reason. Like, sometimes everything is not about money, guys. Sometimes it is, but a lot of times it's not. A lot of times people just like, you know, talking about what they believe in. How about people just stop being asses? Yeah, I doubt that'll ever happen because we live on Earth with humans, so it's kind of ingrained in our society that some people will be assholes. Yeah, it's just, that's how it is.
Loneliness. She's actually a man dressed as a woman. That's why she or he is there speaking about men's issues.
Jesus.
Fellas, protect your sanity, your seed, and your wallet in these current times. These women are shapeshifters. This chick is gonna hit the wall in 10 years.
The wall. Oh man. I need to do a video covering some of the red pill manosphere stuff because that shit is so cringe, dude. It is the most cringe shit you ever see in your life.
That's why she cares about male loneliness. She sees many cats in her future. They want us back on the plantation, gentlemen. Hold the line. I don't really
That had to be a
understand
meme.
what the conspiracy here in general is, though. Like I'm just talking about a subject I found important and interesting, like I've been doing on this channel.
I keep
And these
yawning,
guys
man,
are
I'm
like,
sorry.
Stay strong, brothers. Don't give in to temptation. Why are we listening to women about male loneliness? Plenty of male figures discussing this. Honestly, I'm gonna say it, SJW behavior, liberal behavior, woman behavior, to imply that I shouldn't speak or be listened to about a subject because I'm not the correct gender.
Yeah, that's so dumb. Like, I'm a guy, and I can talk about women's issues if I want to. Like, that doesn't mean people have to listen to me, but I'm allowed to speak my mind on it. She looks more like a woman than I do. How the fuck are people accusing her of being a man? Because they're trolls. They're just trying to troll, I guess, and I don't know, dude. Shoe is obviously not a man. She had a kid. Last time I checked, I can't have I can't give birth by myself. That last time I checked, I mean, people are just trolls, man. That's how it is. If you're online, you're gonna get hate. That's kind of how it is in general. I'm already prepared for when I start getting hate. I just gotta clap back as necessary, you know.
Anyone can talk about anything they want. That's free speech, bit. You don't have to listen. You can make your own video talking about the subject, Mr. Man, but you know they're just gonna call you sexist and misogynist, so you might as well just use me as a human shield. It's not that she's a woman or cares. She's the kind of person who will only talk about an issue because it's popular. Women suddenly want to help men, but only because it benefits them and their causes.
How?
Well, now not only are conservative women talking about it, but also the left. This is the problem with the women that decide to come forward and speak about men's issues. They don't care about men's issues. You must ask the question. Now that they're coming around and talking about men's issues, is it to help men or to win men into their cause?
Not everything is a grift, man. Not everything is a grift. I know there's a lot of grifters out there that only cater to their certain audience, so they can't step outside the line or else they'll piss their fan base off. But a lot of people just like talking about stuff and making videos, man. It's not that deep.
So first of all,
there she goes
let me
with
just
knuckle
clear something
cracks.
up because some of you seem a bit confused. I started talking about these subjects 10 years ago.
She did,
way
though.
back before it was popular to do so.
She
back
did.
when I was doxxed, harassed, had angry feminists calling my job and trying to get me fired over mocking pop feminism and talking about men's issues. And a lot of these people coming at me now, telling me I'm jumping on a bandwagon, started like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, they do not know about Shoe. Just go back and watch her old videos. You can tell that she's always had these opinions, so.
when it was safe to do so. So with all due respect, sir,
stay out of my territory.
But in full seriousness, it is good when more people talk about this subject. I'm glad you talk about this. I'm glad there are people like the honey badgers who have been talking about this stuff for a very long time. This girl is a fake who wants every man to be a castrated beta male feminist commie like her boyfriend probably is. She takes advantage of men like this. Do not listen to her. Lefty women want to help men become good feminists who devote their lives to helping women have all the power so they can make men their servants. Basically, we need to help men destroy men. That's the only way men should be helped. We women said so.
That's not what Shoe is saying, random commenter. But live in your fantasy head canon if you want to, I guess.
Oh, Shoe0nHead. Real quote, never trust a woman, even if they are saying the truth.
What?
It's so weird how, like, they need to convince themselves that even when a woman is showing empathy and, like, caring about this subject, that she's just, like, a lying snake in the grass. Literally just a mirror universe of these fucking femcells. It's mommy and daddy issues all the way down. Ladies, be a good mom to your sons. Fellas, be a good dad to your daughters. Try to prevent creating the most insufferable, annoying people on earth, please. I don't know if it's because I grew up with a good relationship with both of my parents or what, but this gender war shit is just so toxic, man. Men and women need each other, you know, we're yin and yang, and the yin and yang is being torn apart by miserable people. Miserable people who want to make you miserable as well. One of the most valid criticisms I got about this video was that I didn't offer any solutions. And honestly,
there's not really any solutions.
That's because I don't have any.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about the problem, but I don't know how to solve it. A lot of YouTubers and streamers and talking heads will get up on their platform and like pretend they know the answers to everything. But the truth is, I don't. I just think that it's a step in the right direction to be like, hey men, you're struggling, but you're not a bad person. You matter.
That's true.
And if I could snap my fingers
nice
and
to hear
cure this, I absolutely would. But at the end of the day, men are men, and man problems require man solutions. And that solution, of course, is giving me money. Thank you guys for watching this video.
No.
I'm reading the comments on that video all the time, and I will read the comments on this video as well. If you see some people talking about their experiences and venting about their issues and their problems in the comments, reply to them, support them, join in on the discourse. The Shoe0nHead community is a very diverse community, not like race-wise, I'm pretty sure you're all fucking white, but like, like politically diverse. But we can all come together to talk about the issues that matter, and I think that's really cool, and we love to see it. And I will see you in the next video.
Hey, good shoe video. I just realized my reaction is at 1 hour and 40 minutes. I got a lot of editing to do. Jesus.
From David Bowie
she didn't do anything at the. I thought she was gonna do something extra. Nah. All right. Well, let me drop the link in the chat just in case you guys want to like it or sub to Shoe. She's pretty cool. There you go. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for struggling through with me. And till next time, see ya. By the way, guys, w.gg, use code CHI to get 10% off, and maybe one day I'll get a waifu cup if you guys order enough. Yeah. I also stream live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Chiral Chikage, whatever the fuck you want to call me. But yeah, go check me out if you enjoy the videos. Bye!